Hi girls, it's Miss Savannah. This is going to be our stretching video for Jazz class 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's going to be the same stretches we do every week typically. They are a little bit more of advanced stretches, so Jazz 1, just follow along the best that you can and hang in there, but again, I know you all can do it, so stay tuned. This is going to be our stretching for all Jazz levels. All right. So we're gonna start off in butterfly, feet together, legs open, and we're going to lean over. And we're just gonna sit here and hold our stretch. As long as you can. For at least about 10 seconds. And we're gonna straighten your legs, pointing your toes down to the floor, reach up and over. Make sure that you are pushing from your lower back and not just grabbing from your shoulders. Really push from your lower back and over. And put your toes to the ceiling and do the same thing, pushing from your lower back and not your shoulders hunched over. Now we are going to crisscross our legs. One here, one over like a pretzel, but please make sure both of your butt cheeks are on the floor, completely sitting down. You're kind of gonna have to play with it. I don't have that good of turnout, so if you have better turnout, really try to crisscross your legs and pretzel yourself more. If you don't, just hang out there. And then everyone look at the opposite direction than where your foot is, and put your cheek to your knee. Make sure you breathe. And let's switch. One leg on the ground, one leg pretzeled over. Please make sure both butt cheeks are on the floor. Again, if you're a little more advanced in your turnout, please crisscross your legs even further. And then we're gonna look to the opposite direction, putting our cheek towards our knee. And from here, we're gonna go right to our jazz split. Our jazz split is having our front leg straight and our back leg bent behind us. From here, make sure you keep your knee to the ceiling, and we're gonna lean over forward. And flex your toe to the ceiling. Up to the ceiling and lean over. And from here, you can point or flex your foot, whatever you'd like. Flex gives you a little bit deeper stretch. You're gonna go in the middle. Please make sure your knee is still pointed to the ceiling. Don't turn it in like that. Keep it straight up. And you're going to lean forward the best that you can. You could just come here if you would like. More advanced, please put your chest all the way to the floor, keeping your knee to the ceiling. Good. In jazz 4 and 2 and 3, please lean back from here. My leg is still bent behind. I was in my jazz split and I just went straight back. If that's too hard for you, you can come on your elbows. You'll feel the stretch right here in your back leg and my quad. That's where I feel it. That's where it's tightest for me. Now we're going to do the other leg. So please switch legs. Other leg in front, other leg is bent behind. My hips are square the best that I can and leaning forward. Knee still to the ceiling. And flex your foot to the ceiling. Good. And now we're going to lean forward again, knee to the ceiling. You may point or flex your foot. You may come here. If this is not uncomfortable for you, you may go all the way down. All right. From here, we're going to bend one leg in front of us and keep the other leg extended out. Again, knee to the ceiling. We're going to go straight forward. If that doesn't hurt for you, as long as your knees to the ceiling, you may go straight down. And we're going to bring it up and over. Trying your best to push your chest through and kind of look to the ceiling. Then you're going to walk forward, going over top of your hips. You should feel it in here. My knee is allowed to go forward now. If this is comfortable for you, you may go all the way down. And we're going to switch legs. And forward we go. Here or here, as long as your knee is to the ceiling. And reach your arm up and over. Again, bringing your chest through, looking up to the ceiling. Good. And walk forward. Bringing my knee forward. I'm over top of my hips. Again, if this is comfortable for you, you may go all the way over. All right, from here, we're gonna bend both legs, keep them neutral, and we're just gonna push back into child's pose. We're gonna tuck our toes under, push all the way up, walk all the way back, wrap your hands around, pushing your chest to your knee. And we're going to take our foot back to step out to lunge. Make sure we keep a 90-degree angle in our front leg. Do not be leaning all the way over, so our knees ahead of our toes, and do not go back. A direct 90-degree angle. If this is comfortable for you, you can go on your elbows. If it is not, then stand on your hands. From here, we're going to straighten both legs, pressing my heel down in the back and my chest to my knee. Make sure my toe is facing the front as best as I can to feel that stretch through our heel. And we're going to go back down to lunge, putting our knee down, tucking our toe under, and we're going to walk all the way back to have our straight leg pointed or flexed. If it's flexed, you will feel a stretch a little better. And let's come back up. From here, turn straight to the front, face me, turning out in my legs, feeling a deep sit in my hips. And let's lunge to the other side, walk over the other side. Again, my lunge should be a 90-degree angle, not too far forward and not back. Exactly 90 degrees. If this is comfortable for you, go down on your elbows. If not, stay up. And now we're going to straighten both legs. Again, heel down in the back, toe facing the front as best as we can. Chest to my knee. And back down to lunge. Knee down, tuck toe under, walk all the way back. I'm going to keep my foot flexed. You may point your toes if you would like. Hands up. Again, face me in the middle. Sit down through your hips. And we're going to put our hands down, straightening our legs, bringing our toes forward. Stretching through. If you can, walk your hands through, pushing your chest through your legs. Good. And we're going to walk your feet closer together. And again, just lean over. You may wrap your arms around, put your chest to your knees, or you can also put your hands underneath your feet if you are touching the floor to feel a deeper stretch. Pushing your chest to your knees. Or this. Or you could just hang out here. Alright, I'm going to sit back down. Bringing this leg in, just as we were like this. But we're going to bend this leg to be in front. Keeping both butt cheeks on the floor and pushing down through your hips. You may lean over. Again, try to keep both butt cheeks on the floor, pushing down through each hip to feel the stretch. And let's switch. Bring the other leg in front. So if we're here, bend one leg. We bend this leg to be in front. Pushing down through my hips and stretch over. Good. From here, we're going to lay on our backs. And we're going to bend our knee. Bring it into your chest. We are then going to pull our leg back Make sure we keep this leg that's straight out in front of us on the floor. If you feel it's starting to move, then please stop continuing to push your leg back to your head. If you also feel it lifting, please stop pushing it back to your head. We are going to straighten it, and we are going to take it back as much as we can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. The other leg. Bend. Try my best to keep both hips again on the floor. Do not bend, do not twist. Try to be as straight as possible. And again, pull back. You can have your parents or brother or sister help you. Do not force your stretch. You can push yourself a little harder, but do not force it to where it hurts, so we don't want to pull anything. But definitely push yourself a little bit, just not too much. Good. All right. Now, give yourself about, 20, 30 seconds to stretch out what you feel your body needs to stretch out. I'm actually okay, but after you do that, we are then going to do our splits. Jazz, higher classes, you can go right into your split. Jazz 1, to get into our splits. A reminder, we go on all fours. Bring the leg we want to go through, straight through. Make sure our little bones on our hips are forward. And we're gonna swap right out to our split. Again, we're on all fours, bringing our leg through our hands to slide out into our split. And make sure we do both legs. So again, do other leg, all fours, like a cat. Bring your leg through, push out. Stay up nice and tall if you can. Make sure you do both sides. Older girls, I know some of you have these. You can use these as your yoga blocks. If you are down in your split, I know you probably can't go to Walmart or somewhere like that right now, but you can order these on Amazon or any site. They're called yoga blocks. And if you're down your split, you can use these to help you stretch a little further. You just stack them on each other, so this can help for your stretch if you were to do your hamstring stretch. And over, it gives you a little extra boost in your stretch. Or even your jazz split, it gives you an extra boost in your stretch. You'll just feel a little bit more. For those of you that are more flexible, some of these stretches, you might not feel anything anymore, but this might help you out a little bit to still improve. Or even in our splits, you can stack them. You can use 1, 2, and you put your leg on there, and you slide out into your split. Again, this is for more advanced, or if you are already down your split. You can also use the end of your couch or a chair or anything like that. You can prop your leg up higher and go into your split. That'll help you achieve, our hyper splits and bigger splits. But please stretch, stretch, stretch. Use this time as much as you can. Stretch after every jazz class. Thanks, girls. Hope you all stay well.